Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel, Zani4e.com channel, the channel that I've been sharing about the energy management system and also my experience in energy efficiency industry. Okay, in this video, this is actually the continuation of my previous video on how to become the ISO 50001 consultant. Okay, in that video, I share about key guiding points, 5 key guiding points or what, based on my experience, what does it take to become, to prepare yourself to become the ISO 50001 consultant. And this video, okay, in this video, I would like to share about another part of that, part of to equip yourself to become the consultant is about the credentials or what kind of competency that you should have, okay, that for you to somehow to show your credential, okay, to convince, especially if you want to become a consultant serving the market, to convince that you have what it takes, you have the credential, you have the competency as the consultant. Okay, so here I would like to say, I would say I have about another 5 key guiding points, okay, I want to share with you based on my experience, okay, based on experience that make me feel a bit, not a bit, okay, I would say quite comfortable when go out there, right, and then selling my services, okay, related to ISO 50001. Okay, I think my sharing in last video and this video more about if you want to become the consultant until the company, okay, or the client, want to get certified. Means that when until to the certifications, okay, certification. But as a practitioner, for me, of course, I have to meet the objective for the client what they want to get certified. But for me as a practitioner, I'm more on helping them, okay, to make the system works so that the system will, the energy management system based on the standard will achieve the objective basically to improve energy performance. So, but normally, okay, if the system works, right, and you meet, you are developing the system based on the requirement, okay, on the standard ISO 50001, it shouldn't be a problem at all for you, for them to get certified. That's always the message that I send to my client, even whoever wanted to engage me. For me, I told them what matters the most is to make the system works. Okay, how to develop the system to make it work so that you can indicate your energy performance improvement. And by doing that, naturally, you won't have any problem at all to get certified. So certification is, I would say, almost a guaranteed outcome of that system. Okay, now let's talk about the credential. Okay, first of all, right? First of all, you need to show your credential. Okay, that you are competent. Okay, you are competent. You are capable. Okay, of helping a company, okay, to develop the energy management system based on the standard ISO 1 until to get certified. So, but how to show? Because I don't see any particular training or program that can give you the certificate, right, which is conducted on ongoing basis by any party to qualify you that you are competent to do that. Okay? So what I can share here, okay, I would say there are several ways, okay, to show that you are competent, you are good enough to help them. The first one, okay, the first one as a basis, okay, at least you can tell them you are familiar with, you have experience. Maybe if you don't have any direct experience on the ISO 50001 as a consultant or you haven't got track record yet, but what you can tell them you are familiar with the typical ISO management system like I9001, 45001, 40001. You are familiar with that standard. And same time, you also need to tell them you know the difference and where to focus. And you have enough knowledge, okay, to help the client, okay, to the company, okay, to address that particular process in the standard that are different, okay, compared to other management system. But you are familiar with the standard. You are familiar with the common ISO management system because the current ISO documents, okay, for the management system are so-called easily a lot of things in common. Okay, they're being somewhat easily evolved in such a way that it's easily can be integrated. Only like I mentioned in the previous video, okay, only some process are different. That's why you can tell me, I'm familiar with the system, okay, I'm familiar with the ISO documentations, the system development, okay, it's common, but I can address the issue that the area, for example, clause 6 and clause 8 in particular, okay, and how to develop the system accordingly. That's one way. Okay. Yeah, you must show that. Okay, you must tell them. Show, of course, you can show. Even you have any other certificate related to the ISO 9001, for example, lead auditor, right? You have track record on that, you know that. Okay, and then what you need to tell? Okay, I know, I have enough knowledge to address the particular clauses that are different from other management system. That one way. Okay, and all this must be somehow in kind of written, documentations. All right, and in your CD or something clearly mention that. Okay, show your track record. How many companies you have helped to get certified for other management system. Okay, and then you can tell that you can address the area that different compared to other management system. That one way. Okay. Another way to show that you are competent, right, to develop the system based on the standard is you have experience, right? Okay, if you have the experience helping, okay, either you are working, okay, working in the company, okay, the company, and you are involved in that ISO 2001 certification process. Okay, you can mention the company name. I was here, I work here, all right, I helped the company, I was the committee member, all right, I undergo the training, when I attended the training by the consultant, okay, I see the process, okay, I know the process very well, I know what it takes, I know every step, okay, I was involved, in that process, I was involved in the internal auditor, okay, I was among the auditors, for the internal audit, I undergo all that. That's one way. The second way, okay, to show that you are competent because you know the system and you know how to develop because you have experience, direct experience. So it's any certified company. This is often for those who are working in the company that their company going to get certified, and then you are involved, as a part of that. I think the more role you play in the process, the more you can talk about it. Okay, especially for example, you are the project leader to get certified. You are in charge of that. Okay, that's the second way to show your competency. Okay, let's show your credential. And the third one, the evidence you can show that all the ISO 50001 training, okay, ISO 50001 training that you have attended, either 1 day training, either advanced training, 2 days or more than that, right? So you can show that, okay, I attended this training, okay, I was trained very well, okay, I was trained by the expert, by the practitioner and all that. So I know, okay, I got the enough knowledge to develop the system, I'm competent. Okay, and then another one, okay, for example, myself, right? Okay, I was lucky because when I about to enter this so-called, when I was about to specialize in management system, that time there was a special program under UNIDO, right, where they somehow certified expert at national level. Okay, they have to undergo the program, all right, the training, the practical exercises, all right, throughout about 2 years, 2 years plus program. At the end, whoever successfully fulfilling all the requirement, okay, attended all the training, okay, passed all the assessment, submitted their assignment according to the project criteria, and then at the end they give the certified, so-called, they call it expert certificate, as the energy management system expert at national level, issued by United Nations Industrial Development Organization or UNIDO. I was lucky, okay, but you can have the same thing. Yeah, if you have any other relevant certificate, all right, that are somehow you can classify it as related to energy management system based on ISO 2001, all right, that also can be used as your that to tell that you are competent. Okay, there's 4 items, right? How to show your credential in terms of your energy management system development implementation competency. Okay, one, other ISO management system experience, and then if you have second, if you have experience in the certified company as you're involved in the certification process for ISO 2001, and then you have attended some training that are related, okay, advanced, even introduction and all that, show them with the certificate of attendance, and then you have other some kind of relevant certificate or certification program that you have managed to secure the certificate to show that you are competent in the energy management system or ISO50001. Okay, that's on the first item. You must show your competency in the energy management system development and implementation. The second one, the kind of competency that I think for me last time, okay, I think this one I managed to get it first, all right, is because a part of the ISO certification process involve training. Okay, you should have some kind of competency certified that you are qualified, a certified or competent trainer. Okay, so trainer, to confirm that you are certified trainer. Okay, you are a competent trainer. Then you can also conduct the training on ISO50001. Of course, you are familiar with the system already. Okay, you are familiar with the standard already, ISO50001 standard. Okay, you can also conduct training for that. Means that you can train the personnel, you yourself. Okay, you can tell them, I can train your personnel, I can guide the personnel further in the consultancy. All right, so I managed to get my competent trainer certificate sometimes in 2012. All right, before I enrolled into the expert program, Anime System Expert Program by UNIDO. So I attended about 5 days training with the HRD at that time, now HRD Corp, all right, to qualify me as a trainer. Okay, the advantage of having this certificate. So whatever training that I conducted, all right, as a part of my proposal, as a proposal, all right, I put itemized cost for that, and then the client can claim through HRDF, all right, to get the refund, for the training as a part of the consultancy for the certification process. Okay, so second one, certified trainer certificate. Okay, all right, and then the third one. Okay, the third one, okay, how to show your credential, okay, and what I think this is repetition for what I mentioned in the first item, okay, you can highlight, all right, what kind of role you have played, okay, maybe you can share with them, okay, the roles that you have played in the energy management system certification, okay, in particular, all right, a role you played in particular, for example, as the project leader for the certification process. Okay, with that you know everything. Okay, because you are the leader. Okay, and then you also can maybe involved in the internal audit of the in the company that's certified with ISO 1. Maybe you are as the internal auditor or the lead auditor in the process, or even you as a part one of the auditees, the one that answers questions by the auditors. Okay, during the audit process. Okay, so not only during the internal audit, also maybe you are auditee during the certification audit process. Okay, so you know what to expect and you have the experience. Is that? And then the third one, you can show the evidence, your credential, okay, on role you have played, in the engagement system, okay, certification process, such as you may be the key person in the team, all right, to get certified, or you also involved in the or involved in as the internal auditor, okay, even or internal during internal audit, or as the auditees during the certification audit. Okay, that's number 3. Okay. Number 4, this is something that not directly to ISO 1, but it will help. Okay? It will help somehow any other certificates or competency certificate that are related to energy management. Okay, for example, if you're talking about certified energy manager, okay, in Malaysia there are several entities issue the certificate whether you undergone. You have to undergo certain course, normally 4 to 5 days. Okay, and then they assess you, and then they qualify you as the certified energy manager. This certificate can be sourced, can be obtained, okay, locally through training program that are somehow you have to meet requirement of certain modules, or you can get some kind of international certificate. For example, the CEM from the AEE, all right, AEE, for example, for the Association of Energy Engineers of US, which is recognized globally. That's the credential. Okay, and then the second one, okay, because normally if you undergone you went to this kind of courses, The module normally covered energy management system or energy management to become the energy manager, because energy manager is managing energy resource. So normally they have to manage it systematically. Naturally, you will learn about energy management system. Okay, and another one that you can also support you, all right, is the not really a management kind of certification competency, but a little bit technical. Okay, which I call it a certified energy auditor. Okay, this somehow I would say, even though normally based on my experience, in the ISO50001 consultancy job, there's not so much technical stuff involved as a consultant, right? Because normally, from my experience, when I went for all my clients, normally they have their own engineering team, okay, engineering team. Okay, they have some they have their own expertise in identifying the energy performance improvement opportunities, or in other words, energy saving measures. Normally they have enough technical team internally to find the potential, in other words, how to save energy. Normally they know how to save energy. All right, at least low and no cost, kind of measures, they can do it. All right, they have their internal in-house competency to do that, and they can do that. Okay, but having this certificate of internal certified energy auditor will help you to give them more insight on what can be done next. They will help you further, all right, to help them further and what to do. Even if they want to engage even external party, all right, to conduct the energy audit, you can guide them on what to expect, what should be the coverage, what to expect in the report, how to make sure the audit is conducted properly, and then how to make use of the audit report into the system. That's one thing. Because under the clause 6, okay, under the energy planning, okay, there's a requirement, okay, that ada requirement to identify energy performance improvement opportunities, which is quite technical jobs. So having that certified energy auditor, normally energy auditor is the one that find the potential of improvement or savings in the facility. So they give them some kind of inputs accordingly. And then the third one, certificate that I think will be useful or helpful for you, useful for you to show your credential, is about the certified as the measurement and verification practitioner or specialist. Why? Because as a part of the requirement under clause 9 is to monitor and evaluate the energy performance of the system. Okay, this will help you, especially if you have this kind of knowledge. It will help you first at when there is any energy performance opportunity or any measure plan in the system. This will help your client or the company for you to give input on what they need to have as the measurement and verification plan. So at the end of the day, they must verify their improvement or saving, right? So they will be helpful for them. If you have that kind of knowledge and you are competent for that, they can add value to their system development. Means that whenever they have the improvement opportunity, saving measure, they have a good advice from you, all right? They can tell them, you can advise them on preparing the measurement and verification plan, and then how to use that after the project implementation. Okay, that's another one. Okay. This certified energy auditor or certified measurement and verification practitioner or specialist, okay, or professional, you can obtain it through even local programs. For example, in Malaysia, we have the organization that conducted such training for energy audit. We have MISCO, the Malaysian Association of Energy Service Companies Association, and then we have MDPC, Malaysia Green Tech Corporation. Okay, for the similar to the CMD management verification, both entities also. We also have the international body, like for under ISO, okay, under the AEE again, okay, Association of Energy Engineers of US. All right. So these are the entities that issued such certificates. So I think that's four key guiding points, okay, that I believe will help you to show your credentials, okay, to convince the client or the prospect that you have enough credentials, okay, you have enough competencies, okay, as the to help the company or organization to develop energy management system based on the ISO 50001 until they get certified or for certification purpose. I think that's all for my sharing today here on the credential. And I know this, you don't have to have all, okay, you don't have to have all for you to be able to start. Okay, it's ideal, all right? So it took me 10 years to get all that, okay? I did not get only the, I think I have it all. This, I believe, helped me. It's not, I'm saying that this is the only one. Okay, this is the only certificate, but for me, by having this kind of knowledge, all right, and competency, it helped me. So some are quite required, for example, the competency in the animal system development and implementation, okay? But the competency in training, right? And then the competency in some kind of technical energy audit, right? Energy manager and verification and all that. Okay, it helped me, one, to feel more confident, and one, acknowledged by my client that it helped them. So they expect. So what they said to me basically, oh, they are expecting helping them to prepare the system development, but I can give more. So there's the value added they manage to they get from me as a consultant. I think I forgot another one. Okay, so I mentioned just now four, right? Okay, one more. I think this is the one that the last one I managed to get. Okay, I forgot. Okay, this one. Okay, now I remember. Okay, this is the last time I got it because it's not being provided in Malaysia until last year, until 2021. Okay, so the certificate as the ISO 50001 lead auditor. This is very, very useful. I believe, I think I would say this is the, after I secured the expert certificate for Minido as an engineering system expert for Minido in 2014. Okay, before that, I obtained the competent trainer certificate from the HRD, FNA HRD Corp. Can you see the third one? I think is equally important compared to the two. Okay, if you compare the two for me, okay, the most critical three for me is the energy system expert that I managed to secure, I managed to obtain. Then the trainer competency, and also this is the number three, basically the ISO 50001 lead auditor certificate. This is the evidence, okay, for me. This is the competency that for me complete my basic competencies to become the ISO 50001 consultant. Okay, but to go for this course or to get this certificate, you must have experience in the ISO 50001. It's not just go out there and for me to feel comfortable. I don't know whether there are people they haven't got experience, all right? Then they went to this course and then they get a little certificate. I think there are, right? But for me, when I somehow enroll the program, the course, 5 days course, followed by the exam, okay, examination to qualify to qualify as competent lead auditor. Okay, I feel the course itself, all right, the module, the exercises, all right, the sharing by the trainer, all right, and then even the examination, it would be easier, if you have the experience in the ISO 50001. Okay, for me, that's complete, all right, my competency. My top three for me, okay, most important competency as the ISO 50001 consultant, the lead auditor certificate, for ISO 50001. I just, obtained it, this year. Okay, 2022. I received the certificate in March. Okay, I enrolled the program. I attended the training, 5 days training. Okay, by the international trainer. All right, and then 5 days in somewhere in end of November and early December 2022. Okay, and then I had to sit for the examination. Okay, examination end of December. All right, and then I received the result in March. Yes, I am now qualified as the lead auditor for the ISO 2001. So basically five. Okay, five way of five ways of showing your credential or competency in the ISO 2001. Okay, but for me, the auditing now, for me, after I received the certificate as the lead auditor, I need to have the, I have the experience as the lead auditor for internal audit for my clients, but I don't have the experience, okay, as the lead auditor for the certification audit by any certification body. This is not, I think what's missing in my list of credential now. Okay, but to do that, I must get the certificate first. Now I have obtained the certificate, lead auditor ISO 2001 certificate. Now I have to seek for the opportunity or find the opportunity or wait for the opportunity to have the opportunity to work with any certification body, in Malaysia or international body, all right, for me to have the experience as the lead auditor for certification audit. Okay, normally they got two stages. Okay, they have two stages. First stage, documentation review mainly, and followed by the total audit, the audit in the stage 2. Okay, that's the only thing missing now in my list of experience as the energy system consultant, focusing on the ISO 2001. Okay, so that's still also my point here. Okay, despite having all the certificates of competency, it doesn't stop there. Okay, you must keep learning. Okay, for me, I'm still learning. Yeah, I still improve. I have need to improve. Yeah, in the delivery of the so-called services. Okay, in the view of my training, I keep updating my materials. From time to time, I always integrating the input from my clients. The feedback challenges into my training material for that, so that my future so-called participant of my training, either for the certification or just public training, have always the updated, challenges or examples in their so-called in the training module with me. Yeah, so I have to keep find a way of improving. Another one, because now the trend now, because of the nature of the ISO systems standards, okay, in the integration of the documentation. This is something that I'm quite somehow familiar with. And now most companies started to integrate their documents into one, all the management system document into one, okay, into one document instead of separated documents. Okay, so for example, you have if you have 9001, 45,001, all right, 40,001, 5,001, 50,001, all can be combined into one manual. Okay, even though the current ISO documents doesn't require manual, but it's always good to have one reference document to guide, overall guide for all the management system, okay, in terms of practice. Can also even easily. And what I learned and what I can read so from my research, ISO 50001 is the management system that has the least documentation requirement. That's why it's easy to integrate this ISO 50001 management system documentation into other management system, especially if you have the 9001 certification. Your company is easy. Maybe you just need to add some area in the current manual and add at least, I would say, 2 or 3 additional SOP only. The rest is all about inserting some element in the existing manual and SOPs, okay, into your, to make it, to meet the requirement of the ISO 2001. So it's the least management system that require documentations. Okay, but it's the management system that involve much more data because the focus is data driven and also performance and improvement. Okay, that's the difference. All right, so I think that's all my sharing about credential. Again, okay, to wrap up, okay, there's 5 key credentials, key ways to show your credentials for you to convince others or your prospect, or to tell them to show that you have the competency to help any company to get certified, to develop management system based on the ISO 2001 requirement. First one, show your competencies, okay, in terms of your ability to develop the system based on the standard, either through your knowledge from other management system, familiarity, and then if you have worked with any certified company, okay, and you have the relevant training, ISO 2001 training, and also other latest certification. Okay, and number two, okay, you should have the competent trainer certificate as a competent trainer for you to conduct the training. Of course, you will conduct the ISO50001 related training. The third one, okay, if you can get the certificate, okay, as the lead auditor for ISO 2001, okay, okay, and then the fourth one, all right, you can show records on roles you have played in a company that certified the ISO 2001, for example, as the project manager or the leader of the certification process, all right, in the company, or you have been as the lead auditor for the internal audit, all right, as you have seen as the auditee during the certification audit, also for the internal audit. And finally, you can show that you have the other relevant certificate, such as the certified energy manager, okay, certified energy auditor, okay, and also certified measurement and verification specialist or professional or practitioner. Okay, with that, I hope this second video sharing the second video I shared about that help you, okay, give you some idea, okay, how to become the ISO 20001 consultant. Okay, with that, if you have any comment, please feel free to comment in this channel. I share this channel, this video in all my online sharing network, LinkedIn, Facebook, even my status in the WhatsApp. All right. And then if you or you can go to my website. Okay, my website information about what I do there is zaini4ee.com, zaini 4, okay, 4ee.com. Okay, you can interact with me. You can send query in the website as well. With that, okay, thank you very much. Okay, explore. Okay, keep learning. Okay, keep learning. If you want to become consultant, all right, you want to go on your own. My simple advice is that you must be prepared. Okay, prepare, not the 100% prepared. Be prepared. Okay, feel comfortable and give a shot. Okay, take some risks. Okay, and then prepare to face the challenges. Inshallah, you'll be there. Okay, with that, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Right.